Hello beloved souls, thank you for tuning into the Spiritual Podcasts channel. This channel is all about good vibes, positive energy, and meaningful conversations. To keep this space welcoming for everyone, we kindly ask that comments stay respectful, kind, and in the spirit of the content shared here. We reserve the right to delete any comments that don't align with this intention. No hard feelings, just protecting the vibe. Thanks for being here and spreading the light. Please be cautious of anyone claiming to represent Spiritual Podcast and asking you for money, donations, or personal information. We will never ask you for money through comments, messages, or DMs. All official updates and content come only from this channel. If you see suspicious activity, please report it immediately. Stay safe and thank you for being part of our community. If you enjoy the video and its content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Please be kind to other viewers of the channel. The video is about to start.
Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise to bring you the most fascinating insights.
Glad to be diving in.
Today we're plunging into a topic that I think touches a nerve for so many people. This idea of unseen guidance. Is channeling real? Is it, dangerous? And maybe more importantly, are you already experiencing it without even realizing it?
That's the big question, isn't it?
We often feel those subtle nudges, right? Those moments of just deep knowing, or that feeling that there's simply more to reality than, what our five senses usually tell us.
Definitely. And that feeling, it's worth exploring.
Well, prepare to have those perceptions maybe not just broadened, but potentially deeply affirmed today.
That's right. For this deep dive, we've really meticulously sifted through some truly compelling source material, primarily from the perspective of Valir, who's described as a Pleiadian emissary whose messages come through a channel.
Okay, so channeled information itself.
Exactly, and the core assertion from these sources. It's pretty unequivocal. Channeling isn't just real, it's actually described as, quote, the language methodology of the higher dimensions.
Wow, okay. Language methodology, that's quite a statement.
It is, and here's where it gets really intriguing for, probably everyone listening. Many of us are likely already in constant subtle contact with what these sources call Star Nations family.
Star Nations family?
Yeah, think of it like being connected to a cosmic Wi-Fi network, one that's been quietly broadcasting these data streams into your awareness maybe your entire life without you even knowing the network was on.
A cosmic Wi-Fi. I love that image. It just shifts the whole perspective, doesn't it? It's not something out there necessarily, but something we're already tapped into.
Precisely. It reframes the whole experience.
So our mission today in this deep dive is to really unpack what it means to be guided by these star family mentors, as the sources call them. We want to help you recognize the distinct signs, and there are quite a few we'll cover, that you might already be channeling this multidimensional guidance. Often, without even consciously trying.
Yeah, it's often happening below the surface of conscious awareness.
We'll explore how these subtle, but actually quite profound exchanges of energy and knowing coming from these enlightened souls from the stars might be influencing your path and, shaping your reality right now.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's really dive into this concept then. Star family guidance. What exactly is it, according to the sources? Is it just, a really vivid dream or seeing something flash in your mind during meditation? Or is it something, deeper, more integrated?
It seems to be far more pervasive and integrated than just those occasional, maybe more dramatic experiences. Those can happen too, of course.
Right.
But our sources describe it more like a gentle, consistent whisper from beyond the veil. Something subtle yet really powerful that influences your daily decisions.
Hi, so.
Well, it might light up synchronicities along your path, making you notice things. Or it consistently heightens your intuition, that gut feeling.
Okay.
And it's presented not just as a mental thing, like a thought, but as an energetic knowing seated in your heart and mind by loving mentors.
Heart and mind, that's important.
Very. Mentors from various star realms, the sources mention places like the Pleiades, Arcturus, Sirius, Andromeda, and others beyond those too. It's portrayed as this constant benevolent presence, almost like it's embedded in your spiritual blueprint.
That makes so much sense, connecting it like that. Not just a fleeting thought, but something deeper. And this guidance, it isn't necessarily for everyone in the same way, is it? The sources seem to really focus on this starseed concept.
They do, yes. That context is absolutely crucial.
Can you elaborate on that? What is a starseed, according to this material?
The sources suggest that many individuals currently on Earth are actually starseeds. These are described as souls whose lineages extend back to distant star systems. And they've chosen to incarnate here on Earth right now for a very specific reason.
Which is?
What's termed a Great Awakening, a time of disclosure and transformation for humanity as a whole.
So the guidance we're talking about is maybe especially relevant for these individuals.
Exactly. It's specifically tailored, the sources say, for those who have moved beyond the first steps of awakening. People who already kind of feel it, who intrinsically know there is more to reality than the mundane, and have perhaps already begun to notice the subtle influences guiding their lives.
So this deep dive, it serves as a kind of affirmation for them.
Yes, very much so. And it ties into a bigger picture, too. On a grander, sort of global scale, the sources mention this intriguing detail.
Go on.
That some individuals are actually sensing the approach of the solar flash.
The solar flash, what's that described as?
It's described as a significant burst of energy from our sun that's heralding a leap in consciousness for the planet.
Wow.
It suggests humanity is being gently prepared for a shift into higher awareness. And in this pivotal time, the idea is that your galactic guides, your star family, are working more actively than ever behind the scenes to help facilitate this whole process.
So the ultimate message here is...
It's to affirm to you, the listener, that you are indeed being guided and gently tutored by friends in the stars.
Right. So this whole conversation is really about helping you recognize the signs that you are already channeling this guidance, often without trying. And by becoming consciously aware of these subtle communications, you can maybe strengthen that connection, deepen your trust in it, and, well, step more fully into your unique role in this great awakening unfolding on Earth.
Exactly. It's about bringing what's already happening on a soul level into your conscious awareness and maybe learning how to work with it more deliberately.
Okay, let's jump into the specifics then. The nuts and bolts. How does this guidance actually show up?
Our sources list quite a few signs. Let's start with the idea of an inner voice. What makes this inner voice different from just our own thoughts, our everyday internal monologue?
Yeah, that's a really critical distinction, isn't it? Because we all have inner chatter.
Exactly.
This specific inner voice, or what the sources also call telepathic thought transfer, it tends to emerge most clearly when your mind is quiet.
Like in meditation.
Meditation, yeah. Or just moments of deep stillness, maybe out in nature. And it manifests as these gentle streams of words or images that arrive fully formed in your mind.
Fully formed.
Yes, like a loving inner monologue in a language of light. But the absolute key is its quality.
Okay, the quality. How so?
These thoughts and visions, they do not feel as if they come from your own ego or daily mind chatter. They just land differently.
What's the difference? They possess a different quality, a purity and warmth that stands apart from your usual inner voice. It's often described as less like hearing an external voice talking at you,
Right.
and more like an idea gently placed into your awareness. Often it's felt even more as a feeling-toned message than as literal words.
A feeling-toned message. I like that.
And the feeling is invariably patient, supportive, and wise, which is, a stark contrast to any self-critical or anxious thoughts we might normally have running in the background.
Absolutely. So it's not just what is said, but how it feels, the energy behind it.
Precisely. The energy signature is different.
And is there a particular star family or lineage associated with this specific kind of gentle telepathic communication?
Yes. The sources we looked at specifically attribute this form of connection, this gentle telepathy, to the touch of a Pleiadian mentor.
Pleiadian, okay. And what's their communication style like?
They're noted for communicating in a very soothing, maternal, and compassionate tone.
Maternal.
Yeah. So when you experience this kind of connection, you might sense a warm glow in your heart center, as if a motherly presence from the stars is embracing you.
Wow.
You might also receive gentle visions along with it. Maybe a cluster of blue-white stars, the seven sisters of Pleiades shimmering behind your closed eyes, or perhaps just symbols and colors that feel comforting and familiar on some deep level.
And the overall feeling?
Profound peace and reassurance. That's the hallmark. And what's really remarkable, the sources say, is its spontaneity.
How do you mean?
You don't have to ask for this guidance. It simply flows into you as knowing. And insight dawns complete and clear, without you having to consciously work for it or figure it out.
It just arrives.
It just arrives. So ultimately, recognizing this distinct, benevolent quality of guidance is key to realizing you might be already in communication with your galactic mentors, perhaps channeling Pleiadian wisdom meant for you.
think about a moment maybe when a perfect solution or just a really comforting thought appeared out of nowhere, right when you needed it. And it carried that distinct feeling of love and peace.
That's exactly the kind of experience the sources are pointing to.
Okay, so beyond these inner whispers, you mentioned our physical bodies can also be receivers. What about energetic shifts? What specific sensations should we be looking out for there, beyond just general feelings of energy, like you said?
Right. The sources go into quite a bit of detail on this. They describe these as sudden energetic shifts in your body and awareness.
Okay.
And these aren't limited to meditation either. They can happen spontaneously during your day, or maybe when you first wake up.
And the sensations themselves, what are they like?
They can be quite specific. You might feel a peculiar pressure or tingling at the crown of your head, almost like a subtle energy stream is flowing in.
Right up top, okay.
Or a warmth or fluttering in the center of your chest near the thymus gland area. This is often associated with a higher heart chakra activating.
Fluttering, but not like anxiety fluttering.
No, different, more gentle, maybe expansive. Other signs include a gentle vibration along your spine or a pulsing sensation in your forehead, the third eye area. Sometimes even a wave of energy moving through your entire body. People also report what the sources call download headaches. Not a migraine, but a distinct pressure.
Interesting. What else?
Unexpected ringing in the ears, again, distinct from medical tinnitus, often described as a high-pitched tone that comes and goes suddenly. Or a wave of dizziness or heat through the body, especially maybe after meditating or during big cosmic events like solar flares.
Okay.
And then there are the chills, a sudden shiver down your spine out of nowhere, or getting goosebumps when truth is spoken or heard.
Truth bumps, yeah, I've heard of those.
Exactly.
That sounds incredibly vivid and often quite specific to certain energy centers in the body. What's the purpose behind these physical feelings, according to the sources? And are specific mentors typically involved?
Well, these sensations, they can definitely be perplexing if you don't have context, right?
For sure.
But the sources say they consistently align with moments of spiritual opening, healing, or energy shifting.
Yeah.
For people who identify as starseeds, these bodily sensations are not random at all. They're a form of communication from your guides.
Okay, communication through the body.
Yes. And different mentors might have different signatures. Arcturan mentors, for instance, are described as masters of energy frequency and spiritual technology.
Right.
So they often interact through the crown and third eye chakras. That pressure in your forehead or that high-pitched tone in your ear, that could be an Arcturan signature.
What are they doing?
The idea is they might be fine-tuning your psychic receptors or downloading light codes into your energetic field to help accelerate your healing and evolution.
Wow. And others. Pleiadians.
Pleiadian guides, with their focus on the heart, might stir your heart chakra. That warmth or fluttering we mentioned, gently expanding your capacity for compassion. Syrian influence might feel more like a fluid sensation, like energy flowing through the body, maybe flushing out old emotional toxins.
And the truth chills.
Those are seen as another subtle way your mentors confirm a message or a moment of resonance. The key really is learning to distinguish these energetic signals from ordinary physical issues.
So discernment again.
Always. Instead of just dismissing a sudden ache or buzz as stress, the invitation is to pause and ask, could this be an upgrade? Or maybe a clearing process happening?
Shifting perspective.
Exactly. You might realize, my body's just integrating energy, or my third eye feels like it's expanding. If you wake up one morning after some really vivid dreams and just sense something within you has subtly shifted, maybe your baseline anxiety is eased, or you suddenly get a spiritual concept that always confused you before. These were described as quiet yet profound changes, signs of recalibration by your galactic guides, especially those from Arcturus, gently tuning your frequency.
So recognizing these odd tingles, pressures, waves as part of a dialogue, that's a big step.
It really is. It confirms that your mentors are literally touching your life force energetically to help you evolve.
Our bodies are amazing instruments, clearly. So let's shift from the physical now to the cognitive. How we think. Many of us naturally question things, right? But our sources describe a specific kind of rebellious spark in our thinking, an urge to question the official story. This isn't just paranoia, is it? It sounds like something deeper, like discernment.
Oh, absolutely not paranoia. It's presented as a very powerful and distinct form of guidance.
Okay.
Our sources explain that you might find yourself questioning the official narratives, maybe things you see in the news, or feeling an instinctual resistance to authoritarian rules and propaganda.
Instinctual resistance.
Yes, and crucially, it's described as not being born out of fear or anger. Instead, it's a calm, clear knowing that surfaces unexpectedly.
Calm and clear, that's different.
Very different from reactive anger. It's more like an internal switch flips, activating your critical discernment, a deeply intuitive recognition that something just feels off. An inner voice whispers, look deeper, or is this really the whole truth? And you find you just can't accept information anymore that clashes with your inner knowing. It's like a veil has dropped from your eyes.
Okay. And does it go beyond just questioning?
Yes, this form of guidance also appears as subtle insights about alternative possibilities. Ideas maybe you were never taught, never even considered, yet they arise fully formed in your mind.
Like what kind of ideas?
Things like contemplating advanced technologies that might exist, or alternative histories of Earth that mainstream stories never mention. You might just develop this unshakable feeling that significant truths have been hidden, and you feel this pull, this drive to uncover them.
That pursuit of truth feels key here. And which mentors are often associated with sparking this kind of intellectual liberation?
This often reflects the influence of an Andromedan mentor, according to the source.
Andromedan. Okay. What's their focus?
Andromedans are characterized as being really passionate about sovereignty, personal sovereignty, mental sovereignty, and they will nudge you to break free from mental prisons.
Mental prisons, like limiting beliefs.
Exactly, or unquestioned assumptions. They strongly encourage you to trust your discernment when something feels wrong or incomplete. And again, this inner rebellion arises in a balanced way, not mere contrarian anger, but a genuine pursuit of truth and liberation.
Balanced pursuit.
Yes, it's described as though a mentor dropped a seed of knowledge into your consciousness, urging you to question, to seek answers beyond the conventional narratives.
So if you find yourself eagerly exploring what might be considered forbidden knowledge, maybe, but with this quiet certainty that it feels right,
then your galactic guides may be lighting that path for you. The message is they want you to awaken from illusions and claim your sovereign right to think for yourself. This empowered questioning, this drive for truth, is seen as a sure sign that higher guidance is helping to liberate your mind.
Okay, from future-forward questioning, let's circle back to the past. Our sources talk about an unexpected flood of ancient memories, or an uncanny affinity for past civilizations. What's behind that powerful feeling of recognition? It's almost like nostalgia for a time you never lived. Or did you?
Right, it's a really profound form of guidance, and it often manifests in very vivid ways.
Like how?
You might experience vivid dreams that transport you to ancient temples or lost cities. Maybe you see yourself walking through halls of Egyptian pillars covered in hieroglyphs, or standing in a temple by the water, feeling the spray of a sacred river on your face.
Wow, really specific dream imagery.
Yes. Or, in waking life, you might just encounter symbols or artifacts from antiquity that strike a deep chord within you. You see a picture of a pyramid aligned with the stars, maybe, and feel this strange sense of familiarity.
More than just historical interest.
Way more. The key is that feeling of almost nostalgic familiarity, far beyond mere historical curiosity. It's described as a distinct shiver of recognition that tells you this connection is personal somehow.
And is there a specific connection here?
This resonance with ancient times often indicates a Syrian influence in your guidance.
Syrian, okay. Why Sirius?
Souls connected with Sirius are said to be deeply linked to Earth's past golden ages. And Sirius, the star system, was of course highly revered in ancient Egypt, for example.
Right.
So a Syrian guide may be working to activate dormant memories of lifetimes where you lived in those eras, or perhaps had connections to Syrian energies even then.
Activating dormant memories, so it feels like remembering.
Exactly. That echo of recognition you feel is more than imagination, the sources suggest. It can be a thought transfer across time.
Across time.
Yeah. In the moment you encounter the trigger, the symbol, the image, the place, your guide sends a gentle pulse to your soul saying, yes, you remember this, it is part of you.
And that makes
a piece of your identity click into place. Sometimes it can even be quite emotional, moving you to tears without quite knowing why.
So if you find yourself inexplicably drawn to study ancient civilizations, star lore, or sacred knowledge,
it may very well be guided by Syrian mentorship. They often steer those they guide toward rediscovering old wisdom that's needed again in this lifetime, right now. You should trust that inner yes that reverberates when you encounter this material. It's seen as a sign of awakening memories and guidance placed within you by your Syrian family.
Fascinating. Now, for something a bit more active, maybe, sudden waves of creativity, have you ever woken up at like 3 a.m. with this unstoppable urge to write or paint or compose something?
Yeah, that feeling.
Our sources suggest this isn't just some random muse visiting.
Indeed. The sources describe these sudden waves of creativity where inspiration strikes so powerfully that you feel compelled to write, paint, sing, or create without delay.
Compelled.
Yeah, like you have to. You might wake up in the middle of the night with ideas racing and feel this intense need to just scribble down words or sketch images before they fade.
Before they disappear.
Exactly. And what's particularly interesting is that you might find yourself writing in a stream of consciousness. And later, when you look back, you notice symbols or patterns in your notes that resemble star glyphs or light language, even if you didn't consciously intend to do that.
Light language. Wow.
Or maybe a melody or poem flows through you fully formed, almost like you're taking dictation. It's described as an intense drive that won't relent until you honor it by creating something.
And this often signifies?
This phenomenon often signifies channeling energy from your star mentors, especially those from Lyra.
Lyra. Okay, what's Lyran energy like?
Lyran energy is characterized as really passionate, bold, and expressive. Lyrans are sometimes referred to as cosmic warrior artists.
Warrior artists. I like that.
Me too. So when they guide you, they tend to ignite your inner creative fire. It can feel like a rebellion stirring in your soul, a demand to express who you truly are without fear.
So the art itself becomes a channel.
Exactly. The art you produce in these intense moments becomes a channel for the energy and messages your Lyran guides are sending. You might notice themes of empowerment, independence, or cosmic connection appearing in your work, and the sources say these are no accident.
They're intentional.
Yes. Lyrans often communicate through creativity and symbol, helping you process deep emotions and cosmic memories through the act of creation. So, if your most inspired creative outbursts feel otherworldly in their origin or power, trust that feeling.
Don't dismiss it.
Don't dismiss it. Your star team may be working through you to bring forth something needed in the world, or maybe just to help heal your own spirit. The message is clear. Creation is your birthright and also your medicine.
Powerful stuff. Okay, let's talk about empathy. Many of us are highly empathic, right? Feeling the emotions of others really deeply. Our sources connect experiencing empathic overwhelm and then getting a strong inner urge to set boundaries as a very clear form of guidance.
It is indeed a very important one, especially now.
Why especially now?
Well, the sources highlight that many starseeds are highly empathic, often feeling the emotions and pain of others as if they were their own. And as global energies intensify, that can be a lot.
Yeah, overwhelming is the right word.
Exactly. So the key sign here is when you experience those periods of empathic overwhelm, feeling drained, maybe anxious from absorbing too much, and then suddenly feel a strong inner urge to set healthier boundaries. That urge itself is presented as direct guidance.
An inner directive.
Precisely. After absorbing maybe collective stress or emotions, a clear thought or inner voice arises. Cleanse yourself or protect your energy. Set a boundary now.
Firm but loving.
Yes, that's crucial.
Right.
It comes not as harsh self-judgment, no, I'm too sensitive, but as a gentle, firm directive filled with love and concern for your well-being.
Okay.
It might urge you to take a salt bath, go into nature, visualize a protective light, or maybe just simply say no to something that would drain you further.
And you might feel it physically.
Yes, you might even feel it physically as a wave of resolve or a sense of relief once you decide to honor that inner instruction.
Which mentors are associated with this?
This is seen as characteristic of Pleiadian mentorship.
Ah, the Pleiadians again. Makes sense with the compassion focus.
Exactly. Pleiadian guides, known for their deep compassion and nurturing energy, understand that as Earth's energies get more intense, you must balance empathy with self-care. It's non-negotiable. They remind you to look after yourself to prevent burnout and help you maintain a high vibration.
So that internal intervention, that loving but firm nudge.
It's a powerful sign. When you heed this inner guidance, you often feel immediate relief or upliftment. That loving, wise tone and the instant shift you experience are signs that a true mentor is at your side, helping you carry the load, and crucially, helping you learn not to carry what isn't yours.
Okay, our waking lives clearly offer so many signs, but what about when we sleep? What kind of dreams does our source material say are direct communication from our star family rather than just, processing the day?
Yeah, the sources outline a very specific quality of dream or nighttime experience that goes beyond typical dreaming.
What are they like?
These are described as dreams or astral journeys, where you find yourself face-to-face with otherworldly beings or in environments that feel unlike any ordinary dream.
Astral journeys, okay.
You might become lucid within the dream, suddenly aware and realize you're aboard a starship or standing in a circle of luminous elders who are sharing knowledge with you.
Whoa!
These aren't vague or fuzzy. They have this distinct sense of reality and purpose about them.
Can you give an example from the sources?
Sure. Maybe a tall, radiant being places their hand on your forehead and suddenly you see complex geometric patterns or blueprints unfold in your mind's eye. Or you may be taken to observe a shimmering energy grid around the Earth.
And communication. Is it verbal?
Communication often happens without spoken words. The beings might simply gaze at you kindly and you receive entire understandings telepathically, like instantly knowing what an advanced piece of technology does or how a certain healing technique works.
Just downloaded.
Pretty much. And these dreamtime meetings are a hallmark of advanced guidance, the sources say, often involving Arcturan or Syrian mentors, sometimes even in collaboration.
Arcturan and Syrian again. How do their styles differ here?
Arcturian guides love to share knowledge in structured ways, maybe showing you holographic diagrams or teaching specific energy and healing techniques during these encounters.
Okay.
Syrian guides might impart wisdom about Earth's energy grids or ancient truths, perhaps using more symbolic imagery.
And the feeling of these experiences.
What's most striking is how real they feel. You may wake up with your heart pounding, just knowing it was more than a dream.
Like an actual encounter.
Yes. And you often carry something back, a specific phrase or instruction, maybe a feeling or just a clear sense of what to do next in your waking life.
So the veil is thinner during sleep.
That's the idea. In the sleep state, your guides can reach you more easily, free of the filters of the conscious analytical mind. The advice is to treat it as real guidance, because on a soul level, you truly did have that encounter.
So recognizing these extraordinary dreams as actual meetings
is seen as a sure sign that you are already working with your cosmic mentors on multiple levels of your being.
Wow. Okay, from those inner journeys, let's shift back to powerful outer experiences. Have you ever felt just an unexplainable, almost magnetic pull to be in a certain place? Or maybe to witness a specific celestial event like an eclipse?
Yes. That unexplainable urge to be in a certain place or to witness a celestial event is highlighted as another significant sign of guidance.
It's like you just know you need to be there.
Exactly. You might suddenly know you need to visit a particular mountain or an ancient sacred site, feeling as if something there is actively calling you, even if you've never been.
Or with events.
Yeah, as a solar eclipse or maybe a meteor shower approaches, you might feel this buzzing anticipation and have an inner voice insisting that you must witness it, even if it means getting up early or traveling.
And if you follow that pull,
when you act on these intuitive nudges, the sources say uncanny sensations often follow. Time might slow down or even feel suspended while you're there. You can get those goosebumps out of nowhere again, or feel a gentle vibration in your core. Some people report standing in a new place, yet feeling strongly they've been there before, as if recalling a past life.
Who's typically guiding us to these places or events?
Often it is Andromedan or Lyran mentors, guiding you via these portals and power places.
Andromedan and Lyran, interesting combo. Why them?
Andromedan guides, with their focus on broader perspectives, might use celestial events and sacred locations to get your attention, maybe to just shift your awareness.
Okay.
Lyran guides, with their deep connection to Earth and ancient energies, may draw you to locations where the veil between worlds is thin. Often sites where you or they have a soul connection from past experiences.
And the purpose of going there, what happens?
When you feel that surge of emotion or clarity in such a place, it's likely your mentors nudged you there for a reason. It could be to activate something within you, a memory or a dormant ability, or perhaps to download a new understanding through the Earth's energy grid at that spot.
Like plugging into the grid.
Kind of, yeah. You might even receive a form of confirmation while you're there. Perhaps you meet a kindred soul at that very spot, completely unexpectedly. Or maybe the clouds part in a symbolic way, right when you arrive. Little winks.
So recognizing and following these intuitive pulls.
It deepens your trust in your guidance. By honoring these calls and sacred rendezvous, you truly walk hand in hand with your galactic mentors, cooperating with their plan for your activation.
Right. We've all experienced coincidences, haven't we? But our sources insist that synchronicity is actually a key, intentional form of communication from our star mentors. It's way more than just random chance encounters.
Indeed. The sources are quite emphatic about this. They state that synchronicity is a language that your star mentors use to communicate.
A language? Okay.
This includes those highly recognizable things like repeating number patterns, 1111, 444, maybe others specific to you appearing frequently in your life, on clocks, license plates, receipts.
Everywhere, sometime.
Exactly. It also extends to certain symbols or animals showing up repeatedly. Things like dolphins, whales, feathers, rainbows, or maybe specific secret geometry shapes crossing your path again and again.
But how do we know it's not just coincidence or our brain seeking patterns?
That's a fair question. The sources stress that these occurrences are not mere coincidence when guided. You start to notice it's not just seeing a sign, but the timing of it that matters.
The timing.
Yes. For example, you might be pondering a big decision, feeling really uncertain, and right then you glance up to see a clock or a sign showing 333, or another number that feels significant to you. That specific synchronicity feels different.
And the crucial element is
how it feels. That's the clincher. When a sign is truly meant for you as guidance, it comes with a flash of intuition or a warm uplift in your feelings. You might feel sudden peace, joy, or clarity at the exact moment you see it. It resonates.
it clicks internally.
Precisely. And different star lineages might even favor different themes in these signs. Some might send symbols of love and hope, like hearts, feathers, or rainbows, when you need encouragement or validation.
Okay.
Others might present images of dolphins, whales, or sacred geometry to remind you of your cosmic connections and origins. Over time, the idea is that you develop a personal language of synchronicity with your guides.
A personal code.
Kind of, yeah.
These
So
are.
learn what certain numbers or signs tend to appear when you are on the right track or about to make an important breakthrough. That inner resonance, that feeling, is essentially your guide's way of saying, yes, we're here, or yes, keep going.
Gentle nudges.
Very gentle, never violating free will. And by paying attention and appreciating these synchronicities, you strengthen the communication channel. You're essentially showing them you're listening, and in doing so, you're already channeling their guidance by interpreting and following the clues they give.
Okay, this next one sounds like something straight out of science fiction. Our sense of time and reality actually bending. What's going on there, and how does it possibly relate to guidance?
It does sound pretty wild, doesn't it? But it's presented as a genuine sign.
How so?
Our sources explain that as these ascension energies intensify on the planet, you might notice your sense of time getting strange.
Strange how? Like time speeding up.
That's one way. Hours fly by when you're absorbed in something spiritual, perhaps. Or the opposite, a few minutes of deep meditation might feel like hours.
Okay, subjective time shifts. What else?
You may also experience deja vu more frequently, that feeling of, I've done this before. Or you might get the uncanny feeling of a glitch in the matrix.
A glitch? Like what?
Like maybe you clearly remember having a conversation or doing something, but later it seems to have never actually occurred according to others or physical evidence. Small reality ripples.
That would be disconcerting.
Can be. These distortions in perception can be jarring or wondrous, but they always make you pause and question the nature of reality itself. And that pause is important.
And this orchestrated.
Such experiences are often gently orchestrated by your galactic guides, especially those from Arcturus, according to these sources.
Arcturans again. Why them?
Because Arcturan mentors are described as masters of dimensional energy and understand the malleability of time. They see time differently than we do in 3D.
So they might use these glitches.
They might use small time slips or odd coincidences to jolt you out of the trance of ordinary linear thinking, to nudge you awake to bigger possibilities.
Can you give an example?
Maybe arriving just in time for something crucial despite running incredibly late, as if time itself stretched to accommodate you. Or noticing repetitive patterns in life events, like the same challenge showing up again and again, to nudge you to transcend a cycle.
Lyran influence too.
Yes, the sources mention Lyran guides can also amplify your sense of timelessness, reminding your soul that it exists beyond Earth's clocks. You might have a profound moment gazing at the stars, or during a spiritual practice where you feel completely outside of time.
And there's a gift in this weirdness.
Often, yes.
Okay.
Often, along with a time distortion, you'll receive a flash of insight or a wave of calm understanding. This is the hidden gift they're delivering.
Okay.
They briefly lift the veil, the sources say, to show you that life isn't a rigid timeline, but a flexible tapestry of possibilities. So when you start noticing these strange shifts in time, the advice is, don't be alarmed.
See it as a nudge.
Exactly. Recognize them as nudges from your mentors. It's a sign you're moving into a higher perspective, guided by those who know time as a tool rather than a trap.
Okay, that reframes it significantly. Now, this sounds like a really powerful form of validation, this idea of knowing something to be true before you hear it confirmed by external sources. Tell us more about this inner wisdom preceding outer validation.
Yes, this is described as a really profound shift that signals perhaps a more advanced stage of guidance or connection.
How does it work?
It's a consistent pattern where insights you arrive at on your own begin to precede the teachings you later encounter in books or videos, or from spiritual teachers.
Now you have the thought first.
Exactly. You might have an epiphany about the nature of reality or a solution to a personal challenge that feels totally original and deeply true to you. It just lands in your awareness. Then, maybe days or weeks later, you stumble on a channeled message or hear a spiritual teacher discuss the very same concept, sometimes using similar language.
And you think,
wow, I just realized this on my own.
Is that intentional on the guide's part?
According to the sources, yes. Your star mentors often work this way on purpose. Pleiadian, Sirian, and Arcturan guides in particular are said to emphasize spiritual sovereignty.
Sovereignty again. Meaning?
Meaning, they want you to trust your own knowing and not become overly dependent on external gurus or authorities. They want you to recognize the wisdom within you.
So they plant the seed first.
They will drop wisdom into your mind in subtle ways, as that sudden idea or deep knowing that seems to arise from within. It feels like your own thought, and in a way it is, integrated by you, but it has been gently seeded or activated by their guidance.
So when you encounter it later externally,
It simply confirms what you already sensed. It resonates deeply because the knowing is already there. You find that listening to teachers becomes less about learning something new and more about finding words for what you are already feeling or starting to grasp.
it's a big shift.
It really is. This pattern of inner knowing preceding outer teaching is a hallmark of being guided by your star mentors. It marks a shift from constantly seeking outside yourself to gradually remembering the wisdom within. The advice: trust it and treasure it. You're stepping into your own mastery as a light worker.
Powerful. Okay, when we're facing really big life decisions, things like career changes, relationships, where to live, many of us actively seek guidance. Our source suggests our star mentors are deeply involved here too. How does that subtle guidance manifest in these crucial life choices?
Yes, this is a very common and profound way guidance often appears, especially at major crossroads.
How does it feel?
Our sources describe it as a gentle inner nudge pointing a certain way when you're facing a significant decision. And again, it's important to distinguish it.
From what?
It isn't the loud voice of fear, what if I fail, or the mind's endless pros and cons analysis. It's more like a quiet whisper or a gut feeling that says, this is the way.
A quiet certainty.
Yes. Even if a choice seems illogical or unconventional, you may sense that one option simply feels lighter or more right somehow, without being able to fully justify it logically at the time.
And when you follow that feeling,
When you follow that subtle guidance, you often find things working out beautifully. Maybe synchronicities line up, doors open, as if the universe were supporting the decision. These positive outcomes are described as strong signs that you listen to your guide's counsel.
can we tell who might be guiding us in these moments?
Interestingly, yes. The sources suggest that the flavor of that inner whisper can sometimes hint at which star mentor is influencing you.
Oh, how so? Give us some examples.
Okay, so if the guidance emphasizes compassion, forgiveness, or choosing the loving path, maybe fostering unity and healing in a situation, that might have a Pleiadian touch.
Makes sense. What about Andromedan?
If the urge is strongly towards truth and freedom, perhaps leaving a stifling situation or daring to be honest, honoring your sovereignty and authenticity, that could have an Andromedan feel.
Okay, Arcturan.
If your intuition points clearly to a more structured, learning-intensive, or perhaps healing-oriented choice, valuing wisdom, integrity, and long-term growth, you might be sensing Arcturan guidance.
Assyrian.
A pull toward honoring tradition, protecting the earth, or upholding ancient wisdom, maybe emphasizing responsibility, legacy, and the safeguarding of what truly matters, could signal Assyrian influence.
And Lyran, the warrior artist.
A fiery urge to blaze your own trail or assert your individuality Guidance encouraging individuality, courage, and self-empowerment often carries that passionate Lyran energy.
Wow, so paying attention to the feeling behind the nudge is key.
Exactly. Being aware of these potential nuances can deepen your appreciation of how you're guided. Ultimately, these nudges, whatever their flavor, are designed to align you with your highest path.
And when you consistently trust them,
You come to realize you are never truly making the big decisions alone. And that realization itself is seen as a beautiful sign of how closely attuned you have become to your galactic mentors.
Okay, this next one might be a tough pill to swallow for some listeners. The idea that guidance can actually come through challenges, through difficult times. Our sources offer a really powerful perspective on this, suggesting trials aren't punishment, but actually part of our spiritual growth facilitated by our guides.
Yes, this is a really crucial and often misunderstood aspect of guidance. It requires a significant shift in perspective.
How do the sources frame it?
That they state very clearly that not all guidance comes in a gentle form. Sometimes you encounter periods of intense challenge and face your own shadows head on.
Like the dark night of the soul.
That could be one manifestation, yes. Or periods of deep inner turmoil, doubt, or emotional pain. Maybe old fears or traumas suddenly surface intensely for review and release.
And this is guided. How?
The sources explain it profoundly using an analogy. Just as a wise teacher challenges a student to spur growth, your galactic mentors allow certain trials. And the key is, it's not to punish you, but to help you break through to a higher level of strength and understanding.
So it's like tempering.
Exactly. You are being tempered, strengthened. And even in the midst of the discomfort, the idea is that your guides are quietly supporting your transformation from behind the scenes. It's likened to spiritual training, not punishment.
Can different mentors play different roles here?
Yes. For example, a Pleiadian influence might let you fully feel an emotion you've suppressed for years so you can finally acknowledge and release it.
Okay, Arcturan.
An Arcturan approach might allow a situation that exposes a deep wound, maybe a core belief that's limiting you, so you finally have the chance to see it clearly and heal it.
And Andromedan, with the sovereignty focus.
They might stir restlessness when you're living inauthentically, urging you to break free even though it's hard, pushing you towards your truth.
This ties into the collective too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The sources note that as the collective awakening accelerates, hidden shadows, both personal and global, are coming into the light to be seen and healed. Your mentors, in this view, shine a light on the inner adversary, the fear, the limitation, so you can see it clearly and consciously choose to overcome it.
And the breakthrough comes after the challenge.
Typically, yes. When you persevere, when you face the shadow and integrate the lesson, you typically feel a shift. More clarity, peace, or insight emerges. That feeling of liberation is the gift your guides were nudging you toward all along, through the difficulty.
So realizing that trials can be guidance in disguise.
It's seen as a mark of spiritual maturity. Instead of falling into victimhood, you start to think, okay, this is really hard, but it's helping me grow somehow. You begin to understand that these tests are ultimately serving your highest good and leading you to anchor more light by clearing out the density.
That's a huge reframe. Okay, so as we become more attuned, more spiritually mature maybe, the guidance doesn't always come from just one specific source or lineage. Our sources mention experiencing a kind of blended guidance. How does this multidimensional symphony manifest?
Yes, this is presented as a really beautiful sign of your own evolving channeling ability and integration.
How does it feel?
Our sources describe it as guidance that doesn't always fit neatly into one category or voice. You might be meditating, for instance, and receive an insight, and it feels like a beautiful blend of energies.
A blend? Like how?
Maybe the insight carries the warm, loving tone you associate with the Pleiadians, but it also includes ancient wisdom that feels distinctly Syrian. And perhaps at the same time, the message might come with precise technical detail that seems very Arcturan, plus a wave of courage that feels Lyran, all woven together.
So multiple streams at once.
Exactly. It could be that multiple members of your galactic team are contributing to a unified transmission, each adding their unique frequency and expertise. Or it might be your own higher self, which inherently has multi-star connections, synthesizing input from all of them into one coherent message for you.
And this is a sign of maturity.
Yes. This blended guidance is seen as a sign of your channeling maturity. It's like moving from hearing a solo instrument to enjoying a full orchestra.
Nice analogy.
It suggests you've raised your vibration to a point where you can hold and interpret multiple frequencies at once. Which makes perfect sense, the sources add, because many starseeds have mixed cosmic heritage themselves. Their souls have experience in various systems.
So each lineage contributes.
Right. You might sense Pleiadians adding love and emotional support, Arcturians providing clarity and structure, Sirians offering depth and historical context, Andromedans inspiring freedom, and Lyrans igniting courage, all working in concert within the guidance you receive.
And the overall experience.
The guidance can feel remarkably holistic, touching your heart, mind, and spirit all together. You don't necessarily need to dissect it and say, oh, that part felt Arcturian. You simply feel the wisdom and love coming through and act on it.
So recognizing and embracing this multidimensional guidance.
It really shows how far you've come. It means you are tuning into the collective wisdom of your star family, appreciating a true team effort. It's confirmation that you've opened yourself to the full spectrum of your galactic heritage, becoming more fully the multidimensional being you were always meant to be.
Okay, this next one resonates so deeply with so many people I've talked to. That deep, sometimes aching, unexplainable longing for a home you can't quite remember. A home out there, among the stars. Our sources suggest this unexplained homesickness is actually a profound sign of guidance itself.
It really is. And it's a very common and often quite powerful experience for many people who identify as starseeds.
How is it described?
As a deep longing for a place among the stars that you can't fully remember, yet you feel it in your bones. You might find yourself gazing at the night sky with this inexplicable sense of nostalgia, like you're missing somewhere terribly.
Or in dreams.
Yes, or dreaming of being on a different world or aboard a light ship with beings who feel intensely like family, and you wake from these dreams feeling comforted, yet also wistful, maybe even a little sad you had to leave. This longing is distinctly not for any place on Earth, but for the higher dimensional home your soul recalls.
And this feeling is a beacon.
That's exactly how the sources describe it.
Yeah.
This profound homesickness is actually a beacon placed in your heart by your star family.
Why? What's its purpose?
Your guides use it to keep you aligned with your mission here on Earth, and also with your origins. It's a reminder of who you are on a soul level.
Does it bring memories?
Sometimes this longing brings subtle flashbacks or feelings. Maybe a familiar star name just pops into your mind for no apparent reason. Or you hear an inner melody that makes you suddenly emotional. These are seen as gentle reminders from your mentors helping you stay connected to your cosmic roots while you're navigating the density of Earth.
And it fuels the mission. How?
That ache for home also fuels your mission here. It pushes you to seek out spiritual knowledge, find fellow starseeds, or create communities here on Earth that are filled with the love and light you intuitively remember from home. Your guides encourage this because bringing those higher vibrations, that frequency of home, into earthly life is a key part of why you're here.
So the homesickness transforms.
Ideally, yes. The sources suggest that the more you infuse your life with that star origin love and unity, the less intense the homesickness becomes. You start to realize that home is not just a distant planet, but a frequency of love and belonging that you can cultivate right here, within yourself and with others.
So when that longing hits,
don't let it bring you despair. Instead, recognize it for what it might be. It could be your galactic mentor's way of pulling you by the heart, keeping you connected to your star lineage as you fulfill your important work on Earth.
Beautiful. Finally, a really exciting sign. Suddenly discovering abilities or talents you never knew you had. Our sources indicate this awakening of latent talents or abilities is another powerful form of guidance from your star family.
Yes, this is often a very clear, sometimes surprising, but definitely encouraging form of guidance.
What kinds of abilities are we talking about?
You may find that seemingly overnight, you can do something you never learned in this life. For example, you might suddenly begin speaking or writing in a flowing light language. These beautiful cosmic sounds or scripts that you intuitively understand even if your mind doesn't.
Wow. Other examples?
Or maybe one day during meditation, you discover you can channel energy for healing with your hands, feeling heat or tingling, and maybe even getting positive feedback if you try it on someone. Perhaps vivid intuitive messages start popping into your mind out of the blue, and they prove to be accurate and helpful for yourself or others.
And it feels like
these sudden activations feel like a part of you just switched on, surprising you with knowledge or skills that seem to come from absolutely nowhere in this lifetime.
Is this random or by design?
The sources suggest it's often turned on by design. The idea is your soul carries abilities and mastery from other lifetimes, including those in other star systems. And your guides know when it's the right time, energetically, for them to surface and be used again.
Can specific mentors trigger specific gifts?
Yes, there can be correlations.
I'll complete
Gating
that.
influence might trigger the blossoming of your empathic or telepathic capacity.
Okay.
An Arcturine guide working with energy and light could activate your third eye vision or your understanding of energy healing techniques.
And others.
An Andromedan or Syrian connection might unlock ancient spiritual knowledge within you, maybe relating to history, cosmology, or sacred practices.
Does timing matter here? When do these awakenings happen?
They often seem to coincide with key moments in your journey, perhaps after a powerful meditation retreat, a visit to a sacred site, or during a significant astrological transit. And typically you progress with a new ability rapidly.
Why rapidly?
Because you're not learning from scratch. You're remembering something your soul already knows how to do. It's reactivation, not initial learning.
Do guides offer confirmation?
Often, yes. Your guides often send confirmation that this gift is real. Perhaps you suddenly meet a mentor or find a book that perfectly matches your new talent soon after it appears, as if by synchronicity, validating your experience.
So the advice is to embrace these.
Absolutely. Embrace these sudden talents with trust and humility. They are seen as clear evidence that you are evolving and that your star team is equipping you for the next steps of your mission. It's like a loving nudge from the universe reminding you that you're being guided to step into more of your potential.
What an incredible spectrum of signs we've covered. It's really quite mind-blowing when you lay it all out. So now that we can hopefully recognize this guidance more clearly, what's the next step? How do we consciously work with this guidance? How do we strengthen that connection with our star family?
That's the vital next step, isn't it? Moving from passive recognition to active co-creation.
Exactly. Where do we start?
The first, and perhaps simplest yet most profound step, is just to start by acknowledging them daily.
Acknowledging them. How?
It doesn't have to be elaborate. A simple thank you in meditation, just sending out that gratitude. Or even just taking a moment during your day for a heartfelt connection in your mind, saying, hello, thank you for your support. That conscious recognition profoundly strengthens the bond.
So intention and attention.
Precisely. And alongside that, it's absolutely vital to ground yourself as you reach for the stars.
Grounding. Why is that so important here?
Because you're dealing with higher frequencies, downloads, insights. It can be a lot energetically. So spend time in nature, breathe deeply and stay present in your body. And fundamentally, take care of your physical body. Adequate rest, hydration, and movement. This helps your physical vessel integrate the insights and energies without feeling overwhelmed or spaced out.
That grounding advice feels really key, especially when dealing with such, well, expansive concepts. But how do we make sure we're receiving true guidance and not just getting caught up in our own thoughts or fears or maybe ego-driven impulses? Discernment seems absolutely crucial here.
It is paramount. Absolutely.
Oh.
Practice discernment with your inner guidance. This is where really tuning into the feeling behind the message becomes so important.
Feeling again?
Always. True messages from your star family carry a sense of love, peace, and gentle clarity. Even if they present a challenge or ask you to step outside your comfort zone, the underlying energy is supportive.
And false guidance.
Fearful, harsh, or ego-driven impulses like thoughts telling you you're better than others or messages that create separation or judgment are usually not from your guides. So a powerful practice is to always ask yourself, is this message, this feeling, coming from love? And then listen deeply within your heart for that subtle, resonant answer.
Trust grows over time.
Exactly. As you observe the positive, loving outcomes that tend to follow when you heed that gentle, clear guidance, your trust in it will naturally deepen. And keeping a journal can really help too.
Journaling.
Keeping a journal of your dreams, the synchronicities you notice, those intuitive nudges, writing it down helps you see the patterns over time. Patterns will emerge that validate when you are truly connecting with your mentors versus just being in your own head.
Beyond just acknowledging and discerning, how can we actively engage with our guides? Do they respond if we, talk to them?
Oh, absolutely they do. The sources encourage you to engage with your guides actively. They're always near, energetically, but they respond even more when you consciously invite them into your awareness and your life.
So talk to them.
Yes. Set intentions and talk to them in your mind or out loud. In the morning, you might say something simple like, guides, please support and guide me today in all that I do for my highest good. Or you could ask for clarity on a specific situation you're navigating. Please help me understand this challenge.
And then listen.
And then stay open to subtle nudges or new ideas that come throughout the day. That's often how the answers arrive. Not always as a booming voice, but as an intuitive hit, a synchronicity showing up, a song lyric that jumps out, or a sudden insightful idea. Find personal ways to converse with them that feel right for you.
Like meditation, prayer.
Yeah, meditation, prayer, maybe pulling an oracle card with intention, or simply stepping outside at night, looking at the stars and sending them your love and questions. Consistent, conscious, two-way communication truly builds a stronger, more dynamic partnership.
It really sounds like building a relationship, a dialogue. And what's the ultimate mindset or attitude we should cultivate in this profound relationship with our star family guides?
I think the most important thing is, above all, keep a humble, loving heart.
Humble and loving.
Yes, because the more guidance you receive and integrate, the more you realize it's not about elevating yourself or feeling special. It's really about uplifting others and contributing to the collective good. Your mentors guide you so you can become a clearer beacon, a source of light for those around you, embodying the very qualities of love, wisdom, and compassion they transmit.
So use the gifts.
Use your wisdom and gifts in service of love. And related to that, be compassionate and patient with those who are just beginning their own journey, remembering your own first steps, perhaps your own confusion or skepticism.
And share experiences.
When it feels right, share your experiences. Not to boast, but because your authentic story might just awaken recognition in another person who needs to hear it, who needs that validation. In this way, you pay the gift of guidance forward, becoming an earthly extension of your star family's light and purpose right here on Earth.
What an incredible journey we've taken today.
Right.
Wow. We've covered this absolutely fascinating realm of channeling and star family guidance, exploring everything from those really subtle inner whispers and specific body sensations, all the way to profound life shifts and even the awakening of latent talent.
It covers a lot of ground, doesn't it?
It really does. And it makes it truly clear that you, listening right now, might be far more connected to a cosmic team and to your own multidimensional nature than you ever consciously realized before.
Yes, and I think the overarching message, weaving through all our source material for today, is this: we are living through extraordinary times of change. That's undeniable.
Sure.
And as more truths come to light, both personally and collectively, and humanity faces great shifts, trust that your guides have prepared you, have been preparing you, perhaps for lifetimes, to play your role in this grand unfolding.
So as we move forward from this conversation, the advice is, when those waves of cosmic energy or collective challenges arrive, and they likely will, lean on your inner knowing. Lean into that connection we've been exploring.
Exactly. Because you will be more ready than you realize. Why? Because you've actually been guided and trained for these moments all along, even if you weren't consciously aware of it until now.
So step forward with confidence and an open heart, knowing you're supported.
Knowing you truly are a bridge between Earth and the stars, here on a mission of light. And with that, maybe just a final thought to ponder. Consider this. If the universe, if your guides, your star family, are indeed constantly communicating with you through all these myriad signs and experiences we've discussed, what fundamental truth about your own infinite potential, your own divine nature, is it trying to help you remember right here, right now?
Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon. Until next time, take care and have a wonderful and blessed day.